Hey guys, I'm learning TFT and I'm sharing my learnings with you so that you can learn and I can learn better as well. Welcome back to episode 1 of patch 15.1b's Learning Lab. This is a new series that I set up where we go over an elite top challenger player's lobby and go through every single player, or at least most of the top players, analyze their augment selection, their line selection, try to predict where they'll place, and kind of reason out why the lobby finished the way that it did. And so hopefully this is a practice process where we're not just talking about high-level comps, mindlessly consuming information, but rather thinking critically, trying to make predictions, comparing how our predictions aligned or maybe didn't align with what actually happened, error correcting, and therefore learning in the process as well. So my hope is at the end of this, we will get some insights into why certain top players are doing things differently, the way they're doing. And yeah, hopefully we can all learn in the process. All right, so in this lobby, we have YBY1, who is currently rank 1, first challenger in NA. He's been smurfing it up in NA. We have Robin Songs, who is an NA Worlds rep. We have Achi from China, who was destroying in the Set 14 Worlds lobby. Unfortunately, because of the checkmate format, he did not finish first, but I believe he finished second. And all of these players are top 200, which would normally be considered challenger. Of course, we're at the start of the set, so that'll take some time. And except for Tactician, who is ranked 215 right now. So a lot of the best players in North America that we can dive into their thought process. All right, so one thing I want to kind of talk about with relation to this new series of Learning Lab that I set up is I set up and I talked about this in my first video of this set. I set up a screenshot grabber where I automatically took screenshots of key decision points, including board state and augment selection. So if you happen to recall these initial videos, there was a lot of technical difficulties where replayer would crash. And so I worked through a lot of those issues. Also, we had issues where I had to keep on jumping to various points in the game. So with this new streamlined process where I talked about this in my first video, I vibe coded screenshot grabber that automatically goes through replays to grab this information. So hopefully we can go through this a lot quicker. It'll be a lot more fun and efficient. And before we dive into that, I wanted to briefly talk about follow-up to my last video on efficiency, or my first video. This set, I'm really focused on efficiency over maximization. Key idea here is that instead of always having a goal, that target post that's constantly moving, instead setting a target and then figuring out the way to do the least amount of effort or work to hit that target. And so one of my key goals for set 15 is to be able to qualify for the Paris Open. If you're a top player and expect to go, I would love to be able to qualify and meet you. The community is a big part of why I enjoy TFT. So that's like one of my big goals. And part of my goal to do that is to figure out the most efficient way to do that. And part of the reason that I set up this whole screenshot grabbing system is I have identified that I think one of my strengths as a player is leveraging data analysis and being able to study that. And one of my weaknesses is I just can't spam 20 games a day. I can't play 10, 15 hours a day like some top challenger players who, are in your 20s and you don't have a family, you don't have relationship obligations, I have 2 kids, I'm married. I don't have that luxury. And so a big part of me setting up this system is so that I can get more efficient. And one of my weaknesses, especially last set that I realized, particularly for tournaments that would occur the first weekend after a new patch, is there's not enough data coming out. The meta's evolving very rapidly. And my edge around using the data, because the data is just a representation of a lot of people playing a lot of games and then filtering out signal from noise. And so my advantage really diminished in those scenarios. And so this learning lab system where I'm taking screenshots is a way for me to try to get a lot larger sample size of data at higher fidelity in a shorter amount of time packed in, where I can make up for that data deficit, where maybe I'm not going to be able to play as many games as some players who, after a new patch, can play 15 hours a day until the tournament. Instead, I can, I think, get 5x as much output from doing this process more efficiently than if I'm playing games all the time. And so related to that idea is my goal for this set, a big part of efficiency is studying the game far more and playing far less. When you look at YBY1, his AVP to get to Challenger right now is 3.7, top 4 rate of 61%, and a win rate of 27%. So he's the first one to get to 500 LP. And when I looked at my own historical, this is across the whole set, I averaged somewhere around the 4.3 range in the low to mid 50% top 4 rate and like kind of around 15% win rate. And last set I took about 300 games to 500 LP. So my target for this set is, YBY1 got to Challenger at around 150 games. So I'm hoping I can get there around 200 games. Now he's doing it with a lot more competition. I just started playing my first few games yesterday. And I've been studying far more. So played 6 games yesterday, got 3 first place, 1 bot 4. So pretty good start. I put together like an initial meta analysis, kind of breaking down the top comps. And I'm also this set trying to play a lot more narrow. That way I can really focus and go deep on a few comps. This was a key idea that Deepe talked about in a video that I posted from him last set. And so I can, create some pretty deep analysis for each comp where I went through a bunch of, dish soap for TFT Academy. Tidal has TF tips. Tidal's won the Worlds twice. Dish soap won Worlds twice. Brosiv, Robin, a lot of these top players. And actually GM Blue with TFT Flow too. I basically went through all those resources and like aggregated, used wisdom of crowds to do a detailed analysis per comp. And then that's how I was able to then play these games. But at the same time, this is missing augment data. It's missing power up data, which is what I have done with my learning lab, where I am capturing both augment data and power up data in screenshots. So today I'm mainly going to go over augment selection and line selection, but in a future video, I'll probably go into power up training as well. So my goal for this set is to do something around a 4.0, 60% top 4 rate, and 20% win rate in 200 games to get to Challenger. I think the Paris Open, I believe, is second week of September. Tickets go on sale, so I don't know when snapshots will be, but basically, that's about a month from now. So for me to play 200 games in a month, around a little less than 7 games a day, which is much more viable than, playing, I don't know how much YBY1's been playing, but 156 divided by this game's been out about a week, or this set has been about a week. He's playing, 20 some games a day. I just don't have the time for that. So efficiency is the name of the game. I also wanted to, I'm going to start because I've been really fascinated by AI recently. I'm going to bring in AI news when it's relevant. This was an announcement by DeepMind.
Games or videos?
Where games or DeepMind can now take a prompt with a photo and then create an entire immersive world where you can then enter and simulate that world. And so this just seems insane to me. Don't even get me started with simulation theory and the odds that we're living in a simulation. But this also reminds me of how in the real world, being able to create training scenarios, practice scenarios, learning labs in real life will become far more easy to do, both for robotics, like robots to train their software on this without having to actually go out into the real world. By the way, this system has memory for like a short session, so you can. And by the way, all of this world is generated dynamically on the fly, which is insane to me. But you can look away and then you go back and it'll preserve the memory of having painted those spots on the wall. But this also kind of it's similar to what I'm trying to do with this learning lab situation here, where we can get real-time training, do it far more efficiently than playing a bunch of games, and be able to learn in the process. Okay, so I'm going to use this spreadsheet to track my predictions, and then we can jump straight into it. All right, so we'll start with YBY1. This is on 2-1. We have not a very strong board. No real good item slams. So board strength seems kind of weak, which means we want probably a delayed power. This is Golden Gala portal, by the way. So all gold augments. Let's see, let me pull up my meta. I'm going to be referencing this on the side. I haven't done as much analysis on B tier or like very conditional comps. So when I do my line selection predictions, I might be wrong about some of that, which will be useful learnings for me. But again, I've been really trying to focus more narrowly and understand in depth of fewer comps rather than trying to go very broad. So I'm hoping for the most part, if most of these players are playing 2 meta comps, and by the way, this process should help us discover new and up-and-coming comps as well. All right, so out of these, Scapegoat jumps out the most to me, given that we're weak. I would roll middle and right. So let's see what happens. By the way, some of these screenshots, the screenshot tool was not perfect. Sometimes if a player clicks an augment too quickly, it might jump more than one at the same time, or sometimes it might be buggy. So I'm still early in the process of like debugging this thing, but it should capture, like, I would probably say 80 to 90% of cases. All right, so we rolled middle. I probably rolled right as well. If we got a Malphite 2, then all that shimmers with moguls would be good, but that's usually better if we have a slammable second tank item as well. So I'm still leaning left, and I would roll right first. Okay, we rolled both. Given that we're trying to, we're weak right now and trying to scale, pumping up makes the most sense out of these. I could see going all that shimmers as well for Malphite. So yeah, my prediction here would be probably pumping up, given that we're weak. Greater than all that shimmers, greater than best friend. That would be what my priority is. And then let's see what he selects. Okay, so he picks all that shimmers. I'm gonna bold. I'm gonna bold the ones I got wrong so I can review them later. Okay. So then let's go to and direction. Direction from here, we can go. Let's see. So we picked all that shimmers. I'm assuming it's moguls, and you just try to hit Malphite 2. I guess it could be like gold collector or gamblers. Gamblers Let me see. Gamblers could be Kale reroll. Moguls could be Crew reroll. And is there... I don't have Gold Collector as a very good meta comp. So my guess is this is Moguls into Crew reroll. Is there anything else that this could be? I guess he could also just tempo with Gnar. Oh, Gamblers with Gnar as just a tempo play. Because Gnar scales attack speed. Oh, I didn't... Okay, this actually changes it. He probably saw that he had a Malphite 2 in the shop. Before the augment. Okay, so then it's probably Moguls into Crew. Crew reroll, or like, I guess I could see some type of tempo fast 9 with Gamblers. So this is Crew reroll with Moguls. Tempo fast 9 with Gamblers on Gnar. I mean, I don't think I would be able to pull off fast 9, and I don't even know what the fast 9 comps are, but if anyone can do it, YBY1 can do it. Okay, so now let's go to 3-2. All right, we went with Moguls. We are still at level 5 at 3-2, so it looks like we're doing Crew. He streaked first place in HP, looking good. By the way, these indicators here are wrong because the replay tool, when you go into the late game and then you jump back, it doesn't make these go away, so just ignore these. All right, so what are we looking for here? What category of augment? More gold is always useful for the Crew, because once you have 2-3 stars, every time you press reroll, you gain 1 XP. So gold is extra valuable. Or just combat. Or actually more items too. So I think we want items, because with Crew you end up with so many 3 stars. You want to just 3-star all of your crew members. So I would go item first. And actually we have gold generation for this. So so gold generation is very valuable for gold gen artifacts. Great on Crew, since need both items and artifacts. Or sorry, items and gold. And it gives you both. Okay, so I would say we want item augment greater than gold augment greater than combat. And then let's see what we actually prioritize. So with this logic in mind, I would roll left and middle. And then keep right. Okay, we rolled left. Destiny seems just like very strong, gives us gold and a random augment. The 12 gold itself is like, if you just compare this with this, like maybe across the entire game, you go to stage 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds per stage, times let's say 2 more stages is 12. This is like 30 gold. So this is like almost a half of the gold value of this, plus a whole nother gold augment, even if it's random. So right now I'm leaning towards this. Probably roll middle first. Okay, and then probably roll right and take left. And then take left. Oh wow, he took Scavenger. All right, so okay, so like so I said gold destiny greater than the other two. I should prioritize these, by the way, but I would have said scavenger greater than noble if I just followed my initial category analysis. Let me actually make this bigger, by the way. If I followed my category analysis, scavenger is items. And when we look at our board, scavenger is particularly good when you have a very strong front line and you need to itemize backline, which is exactly the setup that we have. And we're going to have a ton of 3 stars. So it's actually, scavenger is particularly useful for the crew. Tons of items. Okay. And then I think I was like over indexed on this gold, but yeah, if I followed my initial categorizations, I would have picked scavenger. So I got both the first 2 wrong. All right, now we have 3-star Sivir. Interestingly, that we're itemizing the Ziggs 2 over the Sivir 3. I gotta keep that in mind. And the Shojin separate than this. That's also interesting. And Shojin Janna over Sivir 3. Huh. I would have like just probably had all 3 here. What is best defense? Wonder if best defense is causing him to want to put the Shojin on Janna. All right, let's look at Janna. Granting or receiving shields add 150% of the shield's value as bonus physical damage. Okay. And he split the utility, so he really values his removers. Okay, categorization here. We have items. Oh, I forgot that he has scavenger, which is why he split the items. Okay, that makes more sense now. I mean, we probably have enough items, and we don't need more gold at this point, so probably at this point, combat greater than items greater than gold. Ascension plays into the stall strategy, and we do have Gunblade and Rageblade for stall, so that's decent combat, although fights will go faster towards the end game. This is like kind of mid. Enemies take 1% damage as bonus true damage, increased by 1% up to 20% every time they take damage. I believe Ziggs and Twisted Fates attacks bounce, which increases the efficiency of, yeah, they both bounce. So both Ziggs and TF proc this piercing sight more. So I think I would roll middle, roll right, go left. Huh, okay, rolled left. Maybe he just thinks that piercing sight is a weak augment. I don't think we need more items, although there are some pretty broken augments for the crew. Let me see. Fishbone Sivir, Mogul's Malphite, where we have Static Shiv Ziggs. Oh yeah, Static Shiv Ziggs, Unending Despair Shen. I mean, we can always use more augments or items. I would have thought combat was where we were going, but I'd probably roll. I mean, when you think about piercing sight versus know your enemy, isn't this just 10% to 15% more damage? Whereas this could be up to 20% more damage. I guess it's like, what percentage of the fight does it take to ramp into that? But like if your attack speed is 1.0, you get to this by 10 attacks 10 seconds into the fight, but this is true damage. So even like, I don't know, 5 to 7 seconds into the fight, isn't this just already dealing more damage than this? In which case you just don't value either of these. Like 15 seconds of combat, your units gain 60% damage amp. Okay, so I think you just like Ascension more than both of these. I would have probably still rolled this. I think Piercing Sight is just superior to Know Your Enemy, but he could just be categorizing Ascension as better than both. So I'd probably roll right. Okay, looks like that was a little buggy transition. Okay, tons of stats. All right, here roll middle, and I guess we said artifacts are good. So he valued items more. All right, so I was wrong on all three. Portable Forge on 4.2. So the TLDR here is that item augment for all three for the crew. This just reinforces that the crew is an extremely item-hungry comp, which I think I had here. Oh, wait, no. All right, so I think what this tells me is items greater than econ greater than combat. Because you are going to get all of them to 3-star. You need items to be able to really leverage that power. Yeah, and the whatchamacallit, Mogul's Mail is both item and econ. All right, so it seems like this all that shimmers is like maybe even the best augment that you can start with a Malphite 2. Both item / econ. Perfect fit with Malphite to start. Okay, all right, so that covers this. So I got the direction was correct. And then, oh, I did not predict final placement. All right, that's okay. We'll figure out what the final placement is after. All right, next is Robin songs. Okay. Let's see. We have Rising Chaos Syndra, which is her best power up. We have Shojin Slam, Archangel Slam, Open Sword, or Gunblade. When we are playing Prodigy Opener, my understanding right now, or let's just say more generally, AP is basically Karma, Yumi, Kale, Katarina. And from here, the most obvious one is Prodigy. More likely than Karma. So prediction is Prodigy Yumi greater than Sork Karma. I would say this is more like maybe 65% chance to 35% chance. I mean, I guess these should be a little bit lower, and because there's some odds that it's something else. As far as augments go, if we want to go Karma, we want Econ, because this is a very expensive board. you really want to get to level 9 for Gwen, you have 3 forecasts. Items are important too because you can itemize like basically 4 units. Although most tank items will go on Swain as well, so you can itemize main tank tier items on Jarvan plus 2 carries. So econ greater than item. Combat, those are the categories we are looking for. But we are also not that strong because Rising Chaos is a scaling power-up. And we don't have a strong front line, nor are we close to one. So something that's not really trying to win right now makes sense. Roll left. I mean, I guess this could also be Katarina if we want to go heroic. We have no cats, so probably not. I would roll left. Like, cloning facility. How is cloning facility for either Karma or Kale? See cloning facility when in this, and then who would you cloning facility here? Malzahar? I mean, the mid-game Malzahar clone seems like it actually wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I'd probably roll left, then middle, keep right. Okay, Cluttered Mine is econ. That's exactly what we're talking about. And it helps us increase the odds of getting a Syndra 2 and Rel, Pair, Garen. So I like that. I'd roll middle and right now. Okay, high voltage. Solid for both of them, but we don't have a strong enough tank to carry that, so it just instantly dies. Still like Cluttered more. Roll middle. Hold for dummies. We don't have a strong enough tank, so I think this is just cluttered. Okay. Finally got a prediction right. All right, so I think this still sticks with the game plan of Prodigy and Karma. Oh, I need to fix this. Okay. By the way, I am not need to fix. I'm just making a note to myself to try to figure out how to fix that bug. All right, here we go. We have cluttered. We're going. It looks like we are angling towards. We're holding both lines actually, because we got. We're holding the Battle Academia with the Garen, Ezreal, and we are also holding the Sorcerers. So we're holding the Lucian, the Ahri, and the Kennen. So we're flexing between the two. We did slam Shojin JG, which is more of an indicator that we want to play Karma, because Yuumi doesn't really want mana gen since Prodigy already generates a lot of that. So this is now looking more like Sorc Karma. I would say this is more like 70%, 5% Sorc Karma than Yuumi now. Although we can actually scout to see what that looks like. One of the downsides, I guess, of this is I actually set it up so that we can scout 3-2, but then it's going to mess up our direction predictions for all the other players. So I don't want to do that yet. But we can scout on 2-1 when it's relevant, because that doesn't ruin our prediction. Okay, and then from this spot, we got the econ. Now we want item, probably. Item greater than combat greater than econ. We probably don't want double econ unless we're going fast 9. Which we are reasonably healthy at 90 HP. But I don't think we want to double up. So yeah, we want like belt overflow would be good here. What was the golden gala? No, that's not possible. We want so if we're playing towards 6 sword karma, we want a gold. Dazzling display, water lotus would both be good. Oh, we already have crit, so we don't need water lotus. Okay, so item greater than combat. Item here, item here. We don't need more crit because we got Jewel Gauntlet. So roll right first. Huh. I guess the argument is that this lets, if you have multiple carries, you can crit, and if an ability critically strikes, restore 9% of your mana over 3 seconds. How much mana does Gwen and Karma have? 70 mana. What is it? 9% of your mana over 3 seconds. 6 mana over 3 seconds. So 2 mana per second for that short period. And then how much mana does Gwen have? 40? And you throw in some wait, is there Prodigy on this board? No Prodigy. And even Jarvan would benefit from it a lot. Okay, so maybe I'm underestimating Water Lotus. And Water Lotus might be one of the best items for this comp. Explosive Growth definitely will get you to fast 9. Do we care about getting to fast 9? It's really mainly Gwen. I don't think so. And then Know Your Enemy is combat. And you are playing around Jarvan, so Jarvan, I believe, is the most played unit. Yeah, 2.9 play rate. So like almost half of the lobby would trigger this. And that's just off of Jarvan alone. You have a bunch of other units. So this is probably like half the lobby at least. You will trigger this. But I'm thinking maybe it's just Water Lotus now. Okay. So Water Lotus. I think I'm underestimating the mana effect of Water Lotus. Took Water Lotus on 3-2. Even though he had JG already. The mana restore, very valuable. Okay, and then 4-2. Oh, good, it didn't error out this time. We have RE2. We are pretty much fully on board the Karma train. We are at 56 HP. Middle of the pack. Not amazingly healthy, but not too low. Though, like, the difference between where he is and where Achi is like almost just 1 life. Our items are a little bit awkward. We're missing tank items. We do want to dual carry Gwen. But we probably want some more tank items here. We want a belt for Guardbreaker as well, or Striker's Flail. So given that our items are kind of scuffed, I think we probably want item or combat greater than econ. Definitely no econ at this point. Ideally, item that lets us have some components that can kind of fix our items. We do have a reforger, which is good. Big grab bag, perfect. Pandora is less valuable. Yeah, I'll go for big grab bag. Roll right first, then left. Okay, just took big grab bag. Okay, and then we are fully on board Sork Karma. All right. Next, we have Travis. Oops, I did not see what that was. I did see a Jace, but I did not see what that was otherwise. Okay, Travis has... You know what? I think for this game, I'm just going to go through Travis, maybe Jason, and Achi and stop there. I definitely want to get to Achi, though, since he was a Worlds... Like, basically should have gotten first. All right, we have an Aatrox 2, Kennen, Lucian. We could slam Titans, Edge of Night. Yes. Not really any great slams unless we want to go into melee, which would be what? Cassante, Katarina, basically, are the two. Which both of these could use Edge of Night with Open Bow. Open Bow is not that great for them, though it can make like Last Whisper or Red Buff. We are like, I don't think we're amazingly strong with this slam, like kind of awkward slam, but if we got something like, what's the one that gives you an salvage bin that can kind of fix our items potentially? Yeah, I have no idea what we play for from this spot. I guess we have two Sork with Mighty Mech, so we could maybe angle towards Sork Karma. What we said with Edge of Night, if we want to slam in on Aatrox, could be All Out Cassante. It could be Katarina, but no Katarinas makes this less likely. I would probably do something like this. And like, I don't think we have very clear directions, so these are like 40, 35, what is that, 75, 25? Like this. I would want something that gives us direction. And then, I don't know that we're that strong. I guess we could be item or econ, better than con. Right. Crown of Demacia is better on Kale. That's not what we're going for here. Mark 1 hex per strategist fielded. Allies gain 200, blah, blah, blah. Strategist would... Oh, this could actually be good for Cassante, right? 200 health and 12% damage amp. Yeah, Cassante plays 4 strategists. Wait, does it? Oh, this is the standard variant. 3 strategists. Garvin, Rise, Janna. So game plan could be towards, and remember we said we want direction, that could be towards Cassante. Aim for the top. I don't think we're gonna likely win streak, so I think this is a roll middle right. And this, oh wow, so okay, so immediately rolled left. I would still roll middle and right. I mean, I guess we can scout the lobby to see how strong everyone is. Okay, weaker, 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 middle strength, weaker. Although we find out that YBY1 gets strong. Weaker, stronger. So We could be okay. I would roll middle. And actually, do you even need to take this to try to win? Like, you just get good econ from it. I have no idea how good this augment is. I think I would roll middle. Okay. Not combat first. We should be able to kill units, except for against YBY1. I think everybody else had like a weaker front line. I guess Tactician had a little bit stronger, but everyone else had kind of a weaker front line. But like, aim for the top is probably more value than pilfer. Because right now you're killing mostly one cost units. This gains more value later. This gives you a third of a component or 2 gold every round. Third of a component. How much is a third of a component in gold? I mean, surely worth more than one. Like, you would you pay 3 gold for one component? Easily, right? Like, I remember, what was it, 2 sets ago or 3 sets ago, where you can actually make those exchanges that were offered to you. So I think this is just aim for the top, which gives you both item and econ, which is what we were looking for. Oh, okay. He rolled the last one and ended up with trade sector. Which is econ. And then with trade sector, I would modify this to now more likely, well, maybe not. I was thinking that trade sector is more of a reroll augment, but a lot of the, like Marcel and Asa last set were kind of talking about how it just gives you opportunistic rolling where you don't have to necessarily angle reroll. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep this. I gotta change my mental model for this augment. Okay, 3, 2. We had an early Cassante. We have over 9,000 on the Jace. Ah, so you're trying to play melee Jace? I mean, over 9,000, you're kind of committed to Jace. So this looks like a Jace reroll. If you don't know, over 9,000 is a scaling augment that gives you stats each round. Where is it? Here. At the start of each round, gain a random permanent stat bonus. So this is probably Battle Academia reroll with Caitlyn. If that's the case, then we probably want more gold item. It's 3 cost reroll is just so hard to hit. We do have the trade sector, but we only have 1 Jace, so I would even be okay with double econ to try to hit both Jace 3 and, I mean, I guess it could also be cat reroll with it. Again, I don't want to scout right now because I'm gonna mess up. I mean, I guess Achi's the only other one that I want to look at. Jason I want to look at too. Okay, let's just see. I want gold item combat. First time you win 4-player combats, all blah blah blah. This seems pretty good with this. We are lose streaking, so we are a little bit weaker than the rest of the lobby. Might take some time to get 4 wins, especially since like it's probably not happening until we get Jace 2. Which if we take this, I think we go level 7 on 3-5, roll down pretty aggressively to hit Jace 2, and then the hope would be we can win. Like worst case, hopefully by 4-5 we can cash this out. This seems the strongest out of the rest of these. So roll right first, then left, default middle unless we see something better. Gold, bronze for life. I think this is pretty good nowadays. We could still pivot off this Jace and go Cassante. Bronze for life with Cassante is the mech variant here is broken. It has like a million synergies. I think it's like 8 synergies or something. I forget. I need to include the trait table next time. Right, roll left. Okay, looks like he's leaning towards bronze for life. Item. I mean, we have a good amount of items. We can slam Titans. This does give us gold and item, which is kind of what we were talking about. I don't think we need double item. I guess if for Caitlyn, or just bronze for life. I mean, bronze for life, what? Already gives us 9% damage amp? I think it's 10. Bronze for life. Although this goes against what we were talking about here. Okay, maybe it's exclusive customization then. Gives us both gold and item. All right, left. Okay, yeah. Exclusive itemization. Got that one right. And then 4-2. We're definitely on board the Jace train. Jace and Caitlyn reroll, okay. I was wrong about that one. We seem like we're reasonably strong. Like most of our boards, actually all our board is 2-star except for the Leona. We got the 7 Battle Academia. And then we're just gonna probably slow roll here. What are we looking for? Probably combat now. Combat greater than econ, greater than items. We don't really need more items now. We'll get Caitlyn next, like an IE or something. I wonder if we even want econ over combat. Yeah, because like the best way to increase the strength of our board is to get these to 3 stars. Like we're not that healthy. Easiest way we die is by not hitting the 3 stars. We can have combat. I mean, I guess combat is stronger now, but econ is what will save us HP in stage 5. Like if we got the duplicators, what's that called? Heroic grab bag would be good. It'd have to be a really good combat. I would probably lean towards gold. I don't think we need more items. This is just overall combat. Don't need more items. Roll left and right. Do we need to remake items? It's probably okay. More attack speed. Scaling attack speed. Probably this is better. Roll left. Climb. Oh, okay. Yeah, climb the ladder. Yeah, climb the ladder with these two. Will be last surviving. Okay. Roll middle, take climb the ladder. Yeah, climb the ladder. Okay, I'm interested where he finishes. Okay, we'll do Jason and then Achi and call it a day. Jason. Oh, the app is just dead now? Technical difficulty. All right, hold up. I need to, I think I have a caching system set up. There we go. Where did my spreadsheet go? Okay, Jason. All right, we got prodigies, sorcerer, protectors. By default, this looks more like direction-wise looks more like prodigy. With a void staff slam greater than karma sword. But I don't think it's by much. This is like still pretty close. Let's just say 50% of each. It's looking like AP in terms of augment category. I'd say this is, given that we're like not very strong econ, greater than item. Power of Friendship, Star Guardians. I guess we could play Star Guardians. We have 2 of them. Vertical Star Guardian. Treasure Hunt into reroll. Hard Bargain. Hard Bargain. What is this called? Crystal Gambit. Hard Bargain is probably not bad. We just need a Vi. Probably take Hard Bargain. Like, what reroll would we play from this spot? Kale, Katarina, Crew. It's not Crew. If we scout, we'll see YBY1. Katarina. These items aren't amazing. We have no Katarina. Kale, we have no Kale. It's definitely not that. Okay, I think it's roll middle. I lean right out of these. I don't like any of them really. Roll middle, then maybe left. Okay, already got remove that. Replication. Yeah, replication to like belt, glove. Roll left. Time skip. 28 XP. And you just fast 8 with this. I like it. We're weak. Okay, roll left. I would lean towards middle over right. Wow, power of friendship. Okay. By the way, over 9,000. Chase at 2-1 and committed. If Travis didn't get over 9,000 on Jace, he probably would have sold it. So I should keep that in mind as like, if I get an early Chase, that could be a viable line. I'm very curious how he finishes. Power of Friendship at 2-1 with Only 2 Star Guardians and not strong Star. So maybe Power Friendship is strong enough to justify going Star Guardians. Because I think based off my initial research, Star Guardians is not in S or A tier. Okay, so now from a direction standpoint, this is just going to be 8 Star Guardian. Was fair to augment selection. Okay, 3-2. Let's see. What is the Star Guardian board? Jinx main carry, Ari secondary carry. We have kind of split damage right now. Poppy main tank. Let's see, what are we looking for? Items, econ, combat. I guess we have 1, 2, 3, 4 possible units we want to itemize. We're on 3-2. Okay. Augment wise. And we are middle of the pack in HP. Items, econ, combat. I mean, I would say, yeah. We already have a combat, so this should be some type of item or econ. We're not doing 3 stars, no, so middle is probably the best one out of these 3. Roll left, right. I don't think we can afford to take this. Can we? I assume like Bruiser. This Glemify was good with Bruisers last set when you use it because of the HP. Now it's probably heavyweight, right? Team gains 100 health. Yeah. I mean, heavyweight is basically Bruiser, right? Except they also get AD. Okay. We already have some fire, so it's not this. So it's just raining gold. Okay. And then 4-2, we have 6 Star Guardian now. We have 1 Jinx. Looks like we already rolled down to 20. And we are middle of the pack still. I think this is still items greater than combat, greater than econ. Get 2 items. Like 2 guard breakers. I don't think it's that good. Team gains, blah blah blah. Increases. This is better for like melee, I think. I could heal back up. So I would roll middle, roll right probably. Oh, okay. I took plot armor. Okay. And then we got Achi. So world champion. Ah, I did not look. Hopefully you didn't either. I gotta change that actually. I'm gonna make a note. When switch from 4-2 to 2-1 for another player. Switch back to 2-1 by default. Okay. Okay, most obvious for Achi is Kale reroll. With these augments or items, we can also go JG towards like Yumi slash Karma or even Katarina. But I think from this spot, and we can scout the lobby, see if anyone else is Kale. Wait, this guy could be, probably not. Okay, no other Kales. I mean, I think this is like an 80% Kale spot. Although you prefer Kale on a portal that has extra gold because you really need to get to level 9 for it to pop off. We also don't have a Rage Blade Slam. But I still think this is a Kale spot. And if it is a Kale spot, you want gold, item, combat. Let me double check my Kale research. We do have lots of early Kales. We have a rod, no bow. Preferably item econ portal, which it's not. Okay, so econ greater than item greater than combat. Not left. Scoreboard Scrapper's okay. Oh yeah, we got double strike, which is one of Kale's best. I think we want to win right now. But like Blood Rage and Heavyweight aren't good for this spot. So roll left, then roll right. Healing Orbs. Healing Orbs with Vertical Juggernaut is probably pretty good. Roll right. Price Fighter. I don't think we're strong enough to like go on a huge win streak here. Our front line is not strong. I mean, I guess we have a Nico, but I think we roll right, take mid. Or sorry, I like Healing Orbs. So roll right. Okay, roll right and then take Healing Orbs. Yeah, Healing Orbs. Healing Orbs over Prize Fighter, right? I think so. Oh, interesting. I didn't think we would be we were strong enough for this, and so then we probably slam JG, or I guess we're hoping for a. Okay, we get two components. If we get a bow and another like rod or belt, like we can get two. I see. If we get a bow, we have a high chance of like a streaking because we have this Nico too. But if we low roll this thing, then we can get really screwed. Okay. So this looks like Kale reroll though. Depending on what components it is, it could morph into something else. Okay, it did morph. So now that we have Shojin, JG, this is now looking like Karma. We're already holding all the Sorks. We have Shojin, JG. Prodigy Yumi does not want the Shojin. This is pretty much Karma. And given that it is Karma, and we're at low HP with this, we did not win much. We need to stabilize. We also need a lot of gold to be able to get to our board on 4-2. All right, let's go back to Karma board. Wants econ. Yeah. I guess it could be a combat, but I think this is econ item combat. A glove, like what's that augment that gives you a glove? That would be pretty good. Replication's pretty good. Last second save. We'll be playing mech, so mech benefits from that. And we have some frontline. Gwen dives in. I think I would lean towards replication. Like we get glove would be good. Then we can slam Guardbreaker and What is this called? Steadfast. Belt will be good. Slam Sunfire and Warmog. Yeah, I think I would roll left and right. Right first and then left. Okay, he just likes last seconds. Interesting. He thinks he's strong enough. I guess at least for right now, last second save's pretty strong because he does have this protector setup where Janna, the way Janna wins the fight is like kind of shielding, and then you get this healing and you just get a lot of uptime. But okay. So let's see where he is. He got the karma, 1 karma, has the mech online, has a lot of items. At this point, I think we're thinking combat greater than item, greater than econ. We already have some fire, so it's roll left. Piercing sight. I think we just assume that this is not that good. Like, I'm curious, where did people rank this? B. A. Versus keepers. Everyone just likes keepers. 230 stacking health shield. Alright, so it's probably just roll left, roll middle. Blazing Soul. I like the Mace's Will here. But Blazing Soul for combat here is pretty good. And we did say we want combat. Alright, and then this ends up being Karma. This is 8-star Guardian. Alright, so now let's see the final placements. Did not I did not want to see the actual game, so okay, it was this one. All right, so actual is YBY1 got first, Mecha got second, Tactician third, Robin fourth, Simon's fifth, Hachi sixth, Travis seventh, and Jason eighth. So this Star Guardian strat did not work out. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna lean away from Star Guardian until the stats show something otherwise. The over 9,000 Jace also did not work. Achi, yeah, I think Achi's spot was really tough here. Like, I mean, he needs to hit everything right away. Like, he just probably ran out of steam, specifically to YBY1. Robin's Karma spot on 4-2. He was gonna get contested. I assume he ended up playing Karma, by the way. Let's see. Yeah, he played Karma. Because he was contested by Achi, and he was actually contested by Simons too, that lowered his cap. He could never get to 9. And then YBY1 just outscaled everyone. Interesting, I have not played the crew with Janna. Like, you're itemizing the Janna even though she's not a crew member. And I think he was itemizing Janna 2 over Sivir 3. So really does not like Janna, or sorry, Sivir 3 at all. Okay, so what did I learn? Gold generation artifacts are extremely good on the crew since you need both items and gold. Scavenger is actually uniquely good on the crew, and you want lots of items. Item augment for all three. Robin took Water Lotus on 3-2, so I think I'm undervaluing this augment. Water Lotus, A tier, E tier. And then over 9,000, like, I mean, Travis was trying to cook, didn't work. And then Star Guardian, not so good. Karma was heavily contested, so I think it probably would have been more right for Hachi to try to take Econ on 4-2. Was that possible? No. Because he was so contested. And then, yeah, all that shimmers in hindsight for YBY1's 2-1 scenario. Although, knowing that because you can take a sneak peek to seeing this shop, knowing that he had the mouth 2 actually makes a big difference. That was one thing that Marcel kept on pointing out to me. You got to glimpse the shop underneath ahead of time. Yeah, like that set up his whole game, and then by 3-2, he was pretty much set. And then really, with the crew, you just want items all day, right? Because he was able to itemize 1, 2, 3, 4 3-star units, and he could have itemized 5, 6. So you never run out of units to itemize with the crew. So yeah, full items all the way. Cool. I hope you were able to learn something. I love to hear your thoughts, comments, questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.